O-rings are alive and well with the Delta-17 action figure toy line, and we're gonna unbox them on this episode of Geek Dad Life. Come hang out! Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special Friday night edition of Geek Dad Life. And I'm really excited because I got a whole bunch of Delta-17 figures that were sent to me to open up and try out. But I'm going to do one better than just unboxing. I want to bring out the team, the creators, friends of the channel to come talk about the toy line. And then I'll open them up, and then we'll kind of get a sense of them. These things seem really, really cool and really excited to be talking about them tonight. But let's say hello to the chat before bringing our special guests. We already got a bunch of people, even on a Friday night, we got people coming to hang out and talk toys. We got Joey Curell, Brian Carr, Toy Kennections, Dartherian is here, Mecha Man Blade in the house, Nick Dillinger is here. Mecha Man Blade, tell me, where can I get these wonderful toys? Well, don't worry. We got creator here tonight to talk about it, probably tell you where you can buy them. Matt Bush is here. I'll do Dan again. Ash Nod is here. Rabbit McGavin, Marty McWi-Fi. I like that. What's up, my fellow toy nerds? We got the Ryan Dole fan club taking the internet by storm. He made a Instagram account, and everyone's like, "What is going on here? Did Ryan Dole make this fan club?" And I can assure you, Ryan Dole did not make this fan club. At least that's what Ryan Dole told me. It's speaking of which, Ken is messaged in the chat. We have Ken with us tonight. How much is membership? That's a great question. Ryan Dole fan club. How much is membership? Charlie Weaver's in the house. Happy Friday. Good to see you, my friend. Video Power Gaming and I hunting all over the greater Raleigh area today, trying to find those Ghostbuster toys, hitting targets, and big swing and a miss on both of our parts today. But hey, they'll show up eventually, I'm sure. Too Bad Dad is here. Liquid Cucumber. Oz in the house. Hello, friends. Hello, Oz. Good to see you, my friend. Boomstick Saint. Dartherian is here. Ryan Dole fan club. Dolomites Unite. And Oz has joined the Ryan Dole fan club. So there you go. I did as well. I followed the Instagram account, as you should. All right, it's time to bring out our special guest, creator of Delta-17. We got Steve. Welcome for the first time ever in GDL verse. How are you, good sir?
Hey, good. How you doing, man?
Doing well. Excited to have you here.
Appreciate
and then it. No stranger to the Geek Dad Life community. Good friend. Ken from Toy Kennections. Ken, how you doing?
I was doing well until I found out that Dole got his own fan club. I mean, like, then all of a sudden, like the night's ruined. You know, like you can only have one Vancouver toy tuber with a fan club. So now I got to move to Alberta or something.
No,
like that, you know what I mean?
Listen.
Yeah.
You could totally. You know what? I'm gonna start the Ken Toy Kennections fan club Instagram page. Okay. If I'm doing it in the United States, I feel like that's how we get around the only one fan club per province. Is that what you call them in Canada?
If I know it's you, though, that kind of ruins the purpose of a secret admirer.
It's not me. I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay. All right. It's all good.
See?
All right.
There we go.
All right.
We solved it. We got to break something here. And you have yet to join. The belt will now be Dole's.
Come get it.
I have, though, Ryan Dole fan club. I did on Instagram. All right. So this has been a long time coming. It's been cool to kind of follow your progress with this toy line on Instagram. And now, you know, people are finally starting to get these figures in hand. I guess, Steve, like, walk us through Delta-17. Like, what inspired you to start this toy line?
Oh, man, I don't know. I've been creating my whole life, like writing stories and drawing art, making worlds and characters and different stuff, and trying to get something going. You know, I mean, I'm 50 years old now, and it looks like I might have something that might work for the first time ever. But, you know, I've tried to get children's books going with my own characters and designs, and you know, I didn't know that a person could actually just make their own toy line, but I knew that there was one or two things that I could do to get it started. And if I did those two things, I might figure out the third thing. After that, maybe the fourth thing. And sure enough, here we are. And we've got an amazing team that has helped put this line together, you know, and a couple of amazing sculptors. And our product design manager is former Hasbro. I think he was with them for 15, 20 years, and he was one of their best. So he handled our production. He did an incredible job. So we're quite blessed to say the least. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's you know, it's one thing seeing images online and stuff like that, but holding these in my hand now, just the quality of the entire thing. And again, I'll do top-down camera when I start to open these, but just the bubble, the card back, the art itself, you know, the bios on the back. Like, this is this is your first wave of toys ever, right? Like, this is it. This is the first thing. Like, to get this well on your first, you know, release is not that. I mean, it's kind of unheard of. It's not very common to get it this well, get it this right.
I know, and that all goes to, again, our product design manager. He is incredible. If anyone has a legit toy line out there and they want to get hooked up, I want to do this guy a favor or two and get some more people. Get them some more business. And our designers, Tommy Hodges and Jesse Sandifer, both knocked it out of the park. Tommy did 9 of our figures. We have 11. We have 12 because one guy is a different skin color. But
yeah,
basically we have 11 sculpts. Tommy did 9 of them. Jesse did the other 2, and both of them did just incredible jobs. So we're quite happy, quite fortunate, quite blessed to just bring in some talented people. And you know, part of it is finding the right person for the team. You know, we did have to go through a couple of sculptors until we found the right look that matched what we were going for Delta-17. And we had some people previously. They're quite talented, but it just wasn't the correct look that we were looking for. So yeah.
Well, speaking of the look, you know, and I think part of what had a lot of people excited about this toy line is the choice to use kind of that O-ring style figure, which is a beloved design style, but not an oft-used one, especially for, you know, an indie toy company. I know you aren't the only one right now that has done that, but what about that form factor and that style inspired you to kind of use that as the form factor you're going to go with?
Oh boy, that's a huge answer. Great question. I have all sorts of toys here, modern, all sorts of scales, you know, retro, vintage, all different kinds. And I don't know, G.I. Joe changed my life in a really positive way, and just blew me away. You know, like, I had some Star Wars figures when I was a kid. I had some of those at Fisher-Price Adventure People. That's about it. And then a handful of Tonka and, you know, this and that.
Yeah.
But once I got my first G.I. Joe, I was just like, the level of detail, the attention to the paint, the articulation.
Yeah.
Was like, oh my goodness, you can do so much. Like, I had 2 Star Wars figures. I had no interest in getting any more, just because the arm up, arm down. Yeah, it just didn't do anything for me. But I love the films. I love the films. I love the design in the films, everything about it. But the figures did nothing for me. And no offense to anyone out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I got my first G.I. Joe, he landed in my lap, literally. He came down a water slide. Some kid had thrown him down a water slide, and we were just prairie kids going to the big city, to the big water slides, right? So this little barbecue guy came down. He was all shattered, like no thumbs, no crotch, foot was broken right off.
Yeah.
And I grabbed him and I was just like, holy cow, I shoved him in my shorts. So he landed in my lap, right? Took off to the bathroom because I just had to take a look at this guy. I'd never seen anything like it. So that was my, you know, it probably was wrong to do that.
Sure.
But I kept him because I was like, I've never seen anything like this. It was like Indiana Jones approaching that golden idol, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I brought it on the bus and I was like, what is this? And all my friends were like, well, that's G.I. Joe. Like I've never seen it before in my life, you know, like,
Yeah.
or if I have, I didn't notice it. So I was just perma hooked, just really hard. So I love modern stuff. I don't know. There's something about, you know, the weight, the shine, the everything, you know, like a modern figure. I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me for some reason, but these guys are a bit heavier. They're dense. They're almost like they've got a jewel-like quality. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, you know, a bit of a shine, a bit of, I like the fact that it has restrictions in the sculpt. You know, you can't sculpt on the elbows, up at the shoulders, different things like that. So it's always a puzzle to sort of unlock. Like,
Yeah.
how do we make this into an interesting figure and do the stuff we want to do when there's restrictions? You can't sculpt at the 3/4 angle here unless you do a slider pin, blah, 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 all of this stuff. So, you know, when we had this guy here, we wanted to put just a metric-ish ton of pouches on the dude, right?
Yeah.
So it was quite complex, you know. Poor Tommy, he's like, wow, how many more pouches do you want on this guy? And it's like, just stack them on, dude. Like, this guy's going to war, right? And but it you know, so many challenges to get it pulled off and make it look good.
Well, I guess that's it. Kind of goes back to what you're saying. It took a few sculptors to try and get the right people. Is that what the difficult thing was? Is how do you get somebody that can sculpt in this style effectively? Was that the challenge?
Yeah, and to go for that look, like, we wanted classic GI Joe 80s look, and then just turn up the dial maybe 10% to 20%, not too much more, because we want to really appeal to, if we're just going to go full modern, just go modern. I mean, just get all that articulation then and everything else, and, you know, you're done. Right. So there was it was difficult because all of the sculptors today are doing modern style figures, and they're all really good. But to try to get some of this stuff out the way that I saw it in my head and the way that I'd drawn it out was really difficult. So it was about almost a 6-month period, maybe more, where we were going through different sculptors and spending a fair amount of money just to say, you know, sorry, it didn't work out, and we appreciate your business and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then when we found the right guy, it's like, oh wow, you know, now
the skies parted.
Yeah, you know, now we're moving. Now it's just like, I don't know, when you see one of those hot rods with all the flames coming out of every pipe, you know, it's like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
So,
well, Steve, we had some good sculpts that just did not fit with the actual look, or like we'd have a previous figure and things are kind of sculpted to that overall aesthetic, and then we'd get a sculpt and we're like, this looks way too modern, and it's like, it could work in certain situations, but it's not going to work here, and we're sitting there like, man, we got to discard a perfectly good sculpt. I remember that being a really bitter pill to swallow about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it would have been
I was like, I think I even said, do you really want to let this sculpt go because it's actually good? And you're like, it's good for the wrong reason. And I was just like, man. And in the end, we made the right choice, but it was a hard decision to make at the time.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah,
you could do like a I don't know, some type of convention exclusive, like the cutting room floor action figure or something.
Yeah,
it didn't quite make it or something.
Yeah, you know, but then you got to tool it up and tool it.
That's
you know.
No, you know what you do? What's McFarlane doing now? The picture thing where it's
oh, the MTF or no?
Yeah, NFT.
Oh,
yeah, just an NFT of a picture of the sculpt.
Yeah.
Oh nice. Man. Okay, so take me through the story of Delta-17. I like that it's kind of 3 factions, which is a lot of fun. But I guess walk me through the story of it all, because I gotta completely admit, even with major IP as a kid, I just cared more about the toys. I didn't really care about the larger story because I would make my own stories with it. And something I do love about these characters is like you can still do that. That's what I love about Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, or a lot of Saurosaurus Warriors, a lot of these other, you know, smaller toy company toy lines. Like, they're just cool toys and I'll make my own adventures. But walk me through the story of Delta-17 and how it kind of influences the look and feel of this toy line.
Oh, okay. Well, the story is basically Delta-17 is an uber secret group. Their own government doesn't really know that they exist because their own government, there's too much corrupt officials hidden within at different layers. So it's sort of they're going after, I guess, what we would call the dark state or whatever that exists in the world in every country. So Delta-17 it's an international force, but right now it's primarily American. We have one
Mhm.
Canadian, one Polish person. As we go, we'll add different nationalities, whatever. For the most part, it's primarily American.
Mm-hmm.
And their main enemy currently is the Dark Shadows. So that's like this Japanese dude who's sort of samurai themed, and he's really into technical or what you would call it, techno. No, that's music. Anyways, he's into like electronic stuff. So he's making
Uh-huh.
all these this army of robot ninjas
They look
and
so cool too.
oh well, thank you, I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
the enemy robot ninjas. I've got one of them here. I can't wait. This is probably out of the ones in box are my favorite looking ones. They're so cool.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wait till you play with the attachments, my friend. Wait till you get
It's
to
gonna
play with the
happen just in
attachments.
a little bit. But sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
Patience. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So, and then for muscle, he likes to keep an expendable army of mercenaries known as retrogrades. So, Death Sparrow is their leader. She's this girl here, and she has a whole army of these Spetsnaz and Soviet or sorry Russian special forces operators and different guys from different units, mostly Spetsnaz and special forces, right? And they're all disgruntled and whatever else. And so she offers them more violence, more gold, better food and that sort of stuff. And yeah, so they're working under Shadow Dragon and the Dark Shadows, as he calls it.
That's awesome. And then, again, impressive that this is a new toy line, but not only a new toy line, but you're also, backing it up with a comic book, where I assume this is going to kind of world build and kind of tell this story that you're talking about between Delta-17 and these
Yeah,
bad
for
guys.
sure. We found an incredible artist as well. Writing it was me and Ken. The artist is just amazing. If you were to see his stuff on a comic book shelf, it would rank up there in the top 10% of what you see on the shelf easily. He's a bit slow, so we're a little bit behind schedule, but that's okay. The end will justify the means, I suppose. Yeah, like what you see on the cover there, that's his art there. So he'll be doing the interiors. And that's not the final cover. I'll be doing the cover myself. But
Oh, cool.
yeah, I did all the packaging. We hope to continue, one free online comic every 3 months. I don't know if we can keep that schedule, and then we'll also offer printed versions. And we want to get into the lore. The basic idea behind the Dark Shadows is, usually like with Cobra, they want to take over the world, right? The Dark Shadows, they already have control of the world. They want to maintain it and also
Okay.
expand and grab any piece of tech that they can get, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. It's a fun kind of twist. They're already in power. So then
Yeah.
is Delta-17 trying to slowly erode that or wipe them out completely? Like what's their angle? Like what is their if the Dark Shadows are already in control of everything, like what's their play?
Well, obviously nobody knows that the Dark Shadows are in control. Right.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
just they've let's say they've purchased congressmen or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? Different methods like that. So their end game is to confront them and destroy them, obviously. But the Dark Shadows also has a lot of assets that they can't just go, full crazy into, right? Because if your enemy has nukes, you don't just run at them with a rifle.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see that unfold as time goes by. It's going to get deeper, darker, and more characters will come into play. More teams will come into play.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me bring in, I think I can plus in another camera, which will be this camera, because I'm gonna switch cameras here to, there we go. I'm gonna be on this one. It's not as good as the iPhone, but I'm gonna use the iPhone to look at. Switch right there. Oops. Sorry. Don't look at that one. Okay, here's the toys.
Nice.
All right, let's remove this. I'm gonna make this one large. There we go. All right. So you said you designed the packaging. Is it the art as well as just the layout and everything like that?
Yeah.
So like walk me through this form factor. It's very, I mean, it's not like for like to a G.I. Joe. It seems is it the same? I'm trying to.
Almost.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you figure out where it's different. How about that? It'll be really obvious, but it's also not obvious.
Well, it's flipped, right? What is the figure here and the art here? Is that the?
No, that part's the same.
Oh, is that the part?
Yeah.
I should have brought a figure over here.
No, it's all good. It's on the back. On the back, the G.I. Joe had the file card right at the bottom.
You're right.
From
Yes.
one edge to the other edge, and then all the figures were lined up horizontally.
Yeah.
We went vertical, and we changed our sort of file card setup. I just wanted something a little bit different. I wanted to put a group shot in the middle. So when you look at the bad guys file cards, you'll see that there's a bad guy group shot. And on the good guys, there's a good guy group shot.
Yeah, I love
on
that.
the back.
I'm gonna stop sharing. Oh, wait. Because I want to zoom in here. Hold on. I'm going to zoom a little bit more. Nope. Zoom. There we go. Yeah, let's look at the bad guys on the back. There we go. Yeah.
So yeah,
So
go
ahead,
the group shot. Oh, sorry. The group shots on both cards on the back are our comic book artists. So that's
okay. That's what I was going to ask. You said I didn't know if you did it or the comic book artist.
No, I just did the fronts and like I did the layout on the back and on all that other stuff. But then we sent it off to a graphic guy to make sure that everything was linked and embedded and blah blah. So,
and then what I also like is the card stock. Like it's not flimsy. Because like some of the G.I. Joe, at least the Hasbro ones, they kind of started to skimp on the cardboard. But I also really like it's a really nice card stock.
Yeah, we went with 1 millimeter, which cost us a significant amount more. We could have gone with the stock 0.78, but it's just they gave me some samples of it. It just felt horrible. It was
the warping would have been so much worse. But everyone has said that about this card stock. They're like, man, this feels good. The warping is very minimal, if any.
Well, that and just like to your point about the warping. So, Ken, you ship these to me from Canada in a shipper box. I'm not. I mean, just a standard box that you would mail something in. Yeah. And it was kind of crushed. It was. I mean, clearly it had traveled from one coast, 2 countries to my doorstep. And you bubble wrapped and you did a great job packing them, but like nothing, no bins, no nothing. Like it arrived in perfect shape. So if you're like a mint on card collector with this, it turned out absolutely fantastic. Something that I love is the fact you have a lot of army builders. Take me through the choice to have so many army builders kind of up front in the toy line.
Well, it's something that G.I. Joe did a little bit later on in spades. You think of 1986 or 87, man, they came up with lots, and it was a lot of fun. I think everyone enjoyed that, and we all had our favorites, whether it was Viper or Crimson Guard or etc., Snow Serpent. And I don't know, I wanted to offer a lot of figures right out of the gate, so we came up with 11/12. But out of those 12, hey, you can build. You can buy 100 if you want to right now, right? So, well, not now. Not now. In 2 to 4 weeks, our store will open.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna close with where you can buy and when you can buy and all that kind of stuff. But all right. So, which one should I open first? Everybody in the chat, actually, You let me know right now. Who should I open first? I've got the enemy robot ninjas. And then we've got the Thunder Battalion enemy infantry. Tons of pouches on him. And then we've got 2 Delta-17 infantries. We have an African American and a Caucasian version, which again, that's great too. I love that you have the different ethnicities and you're kind of adding the diversity right out the bat, which is great. I love
yeah,
that.
it's fun. I mean, people are, I've got no agenda when it comes to this stuff. I just think that people are beautiful, and it's so much history and variety on this earth. God paints with a beautiful paintbrush, and so it's just fun.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Looks like Robot Ninja has got everybody's
is the winner. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's kind of, you've taken 2 of like the coolest categories and combined them with robots and ninjas.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I was doubting myself. I was like, this could be really cheesy, man.
Really?
Yeah, it's not my wheelhouse. I'm all military, right? But I was like, well, we have people that are going to be buying toys. I want toys to be toys, right?
Yeah.
And kids and stuff. So what would they like?
Robot ninjas.
Yeah.
Always.
Why not?
All right. So I'm gonna do my best to treat this beautiful cardstock with respect.
Tear it off. Come on.
Tear it off?
Yeah. I just tore mine off on camera. So
yeah.
All right.
There we go.
But that's a smooth. That
actually worked out really well.
Yeah.
Again, it's that nice cardstock. It's not like the other ones where you start to pull and the whole card rips apart.
Yeah.
That was really nice. So there you go. Yeah, look at that. And I love how it goes. The art goes through the back of the bubble.
Yeah, thanks.
That's really nice.
Then you'll have some tape there.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Get him open. Love the little tray too. All right, like Ken said, this has a metric ton of accessories.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do my best not to lose any of them. But let me first just take a look at this figure. I'm just gonna zoom in some more. There we go. The paint applications on this are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, this is better than Vintage Joe or even Hasbro's reattempt at that.
Oh, well,
like, walk me through how the hell you pull that off, like at this scale.
Well, first of all, our product design manager is like we talked to I'll just say Corey Cantaloupe. He's former Hasbro employee, like really high-end, incredible sculptor, not to mention sculpting manager. He'll be working with us in the future on some figures. Fantastic guy, but he was blown away that we got the product design manager that we did get. He was like, "Holy cow, you got that guy!" He was like our best, if not, So anyways, our product design manager got us into the same factory that Star Wars Black, G.I. Joe Classified was in for a long time, Power Rangers, a bunch more. So great factory. They treat the people well, and they do great work.
They still shut down for Chinese New Year though, so nothing changes that part.
Yeah, you can't change that.
But seriously, I am blown away by the paint apps and the quality of this thing. Like, that's incredible.
Oh, well, thank you.
Also, what I love is no loosey-goosiness. Everything feels like it should. Fresh O-rings on this bad boy. But I guess, is it same as most other O-rings? Is it kind of a pin across the center here, O-ring, and then the little metal clasp right there? Does it kind of work like a normal old school?
Yes, O-ring you can take them apart and swap them out with any G.I. Joe. The only thing is you will not be able to swap our female heads for G.I. Joe female heads.
Okay.
Because we made the females quite a bit more petite.
Mm-hmm.
And like they don't have big linebacker shoulders, like sort of the G.I. Joe girls had the same shoulder width that Flint had or what have you. So we wanted them to be a bit more realistic and a bit more hourglass. So we brought in the torso quite a bit. So by doing that, we had to shrink the neck ball till it was almost non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but still, this looks awesome. All right, and then the accessories. It looks like this pack can hold all of them, right?
yes.
Like I'm guessing. So I got 2.
Longswords go in the top.
These go on the top? Okay.
I mean, you can put them in the side if you want. Some people do that, so it's got that side draw look to it, you know?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just doing whatever comes to mind. I don't have any
You got to follow the script, man. Come on.
I'm sorry. I didn't know there was a script.
I didn't send it to him. So
oh no.
I was gonna watch him stutter on the exam. Like
okay,
this.
so anyway, this is so cool. All right, and then it plugs in the back. Okay, this is something I love about the G.I. Joe classified line, but I love toys that can hold all of their accessories on their person. And okay, I'm just like a kid. This is a great toy. This is a great toy. I'm guessing these connect to the gun or something?
No. Well, okay. There's a lot of options here. Both hands.
Is this to his hands or something?
Yeah.
You got it.
Look at that.
You got it. You figured it out.
Yes. Oh, that's cool. Sword hands. Get out of here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, and that means he can put the gun in his hand. Hold on. Oh, this. Okay. Come on.
And if you look on the back of the backpack, there might be a couple tabs to put the hands in.
Oh, and you can still hold on to the hands. Okay, this might be my new favorite toy right now. This is so cool.
Yeah, and there might be one other tab on that backpack that might hold a certain gun.
Oh, geez,
yeah, got to do the gun upside down though.
Yeah, I did it the wrong way when I did my unboxing because Steve wasn't there. So.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
but then you could take this and then you could put the gun as his hand.
Yep.
I've been asked by people how he's supposed to reload like that before, and I just go, I have no idea. Use your imagination.
It's a toy. I don't know. It does it automatically or something.
It operates similar to like any sort of standard bullpup, like a Tavor, where there's an internal rod that reaches, and hits the trigger, hits the mag release, etc. So if you think of bullpups, think of a secondary trigger rod. It's not that hard.
Bravo. I this is just as real reactions, not any clue to how this is gonna play out, but damn, that is freaking cool.
Oh, thank you.
Fist. This is awesome. And then I love the fact that even it can hold all of these accessories in the backpack.
Yeah, and there's one more little good nugget there is you can swap these weapons out with any standard bat in the G.I. Joe line. So
there you go. Well, I think this might be your #1 seller. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. Oh, there is another Easter egg on that.
Oh, what's the other Easter egg?
The backpack comes apart.
Oh, yeah.
Into a light attack mode. Like you see how there's a tab. The upper part of the backpack is tabbed into the lower part of the backpack. Like if you take the backpack off entirely, you can separate the two parts of the backpack. You see that tab there?
Yeah.
You can. Yeah, you just have to wiggle it out.
Just grab the top part and wiggle it out as you hold the bottom part.
Yeah, a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah, it might be better with the accessories off.
I don't want to break it.
Here, I can show you here.
I can get mine too.
I'm gonna watch you do it.
Okay.
I'll make you big.
So you take the backpack like this, and you just grab the top half while you're holding the bottom half, and you should just wiggle it out.
Okay.
Oops. And then you've got the top half here, which will hold the two long swords and the gun. Or I mean, you could put the little arm swords in there too if you wanted. But we call it the light attack mode or the full carry mode when you have them both together. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks, man.
That's just good toying right there. That's just good.
And my Okami is upstairs, but if you have a look at my phone right there, I took a photo of that's with the bat claw attachment.
Oh, here, I'll make you big. There you go.
You see how it's holding the claw attachment for the bat?
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta refocus my camera.
Cool beans. My bat will finally have a hand, says Crash. I absolutely love these. I can't wait to buy all of them. Brian Stevenson asks, what is each figure's price?
25 US, 32 if you're Canadian. We're going to be offering bundled prices though. So if you want to buy the whole line, we'll give you a break. If you want to do army building, we'll give you a break, etc.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Chat, who should I do next? We've got Delta-7 infantries, and we've got the enemy infantry. Who should we do next? Let me know in the chat. Also hit the like button if you haven't done that yet.
Do you have the Jeopardy music, and do you know if it's copyrighted?
I mean, I got music here. I could just do, the Toy Geeks music.
Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks Alive Toy Talk
Enemy.
Show. Tonight, Ken doesn't shut up ever. Goes on about wrestling. Watches the chat count go down to 0 viewers. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Sorry, I've always
that was really good, Ken. That was really good. Charlie Squared asks, oh, I'm sorry, it's Chad Stewart. Sorry, how long before the comic comes out?
Oh, I wish, soon. I think we're still at least 2 months away.
Okay, boom. There you go. Allison says she has Death Sparrow. She is magnificent.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Yep. I mailed one out to her just recently.
There you go. All right. Joe is geeking out how cool these are. I'm geeking out right now, in real time. Okay, I'm gonna rip this one off. I'll start here. Maybe, yeah, there we go. I don't want to mess up the art. That's what.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
There we go. I like how the art goes through the bubble. That's really cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right. Snip a little bit of this tape off. This, a lot of pouches on this guy. I can already tell. Oh,
Yep.
Crap. Okay, oops, hit my mic. All right, so walk me through the design concept behind this one.
Okay, well, he's not that far off from real modern Spetsnaz operators. They wear the uniform that's, I think, known as the Bars Gorka, and we basically just took that design. I swapped it. I threw in a couple of pouches on his chest that were sort of in a diagonal, sideways fashion, and then one red pouch to make it a bit unique. But for the most part, this is their real life layout. I mean, real life stuff is pretty interesting, pretty exciting. Why not bring it to toy form?
Yeah. And again, not as many paint apps as the robot, but still everything's nice and crisp and clean. Not to say there's not paint apps, but I guess there's not as many as this one where there's a million little red dots and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it looks again, it's just the feel and everything is just really nice, and it's not gloppy, it's all the paint is really clean and crisp. It feels like a professional, even not that it's not professional or that Hasbro isn't professional, but it just in terms of what you can expect if you're paying $20 for a 3 3/4 inch figure today on a retail shelf, and you compare this to that, this definitely is light years better than I think paint applications you see in a mass retail situation.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and just one note: he comes packaged with his belt on backwards, so you have to take it off and spin it around, and then put it back on. Mm-hmm. So it's the same type of buckle that Outback had on his belt. So that's pretty.
Because it couldn't pack the other way or something.
I don't know.
No, it was just a mistake. I actually, while you were on holiday, Steve, I actually asked the factory about that, and they said
Okay.
they just said sorry about that. We meant to do it like we didn't know.
Whoops.
That's all.
Yeah.
So a lot
That's
of people
fine.
are going to show it the other way, and Steve and I are like, it's okay. People want to do it
Yeah.
that way. That's okay, right?
I just feel bad for the soldier who's going to run with a big pouch in the front like that. He's going to get. He's
it's
going
a
to have.
fanny pack, you know. He's got it.
Yeah.
Well, Sergeant Slaughter just messaged me on Instagram, and he rode all those years in the Triple T with an open cockpit, and he survived. So it's all. He even survived the camel clutch from the Iron Sheik. What was that? What was that I said about never shutting up about wrestling? Anyway.
Yeah.
You love
There we
wrestling,
go.
just, you know.
Yeah.
It sounds like plastic feels a lot better than it is. It's just it has a nicer finish.
Yeah.
There's no way you can appreciate that over video or even the picture. But now that I've seen the pictures of these and stuff, but now that I have it in hand, this is another level. Again, paying $50 for 2 of the G.I. Joe re-releases. This is light years better than those.
Yeah, we were very specific with our factory product designer that we said, this has to be as good as 1985, 86 or whatever type plastics, the same feel, the heaviness, the shine, all that quality has to be there or we're not doing it, because when G.I. Joe put out some of their later Toys R Us releases in the 2000s, the plastic was kind of dull. It looked cheap.
Yeah.
And then you've got the new O-rings that came out. They don't have that shine. They look cheap.
Yeah.
If our stuff was going to look like that, then just let's press the stop button.
Yeah.
Go back to our regular day jobs. It's not happening.
Well, but I'm sure that comes at an expense, right? Like I'm sure you maybe could have had higher profit margins if you kept to less than that. So I appreciate the commitment to excellence,
But the idea is move more units and get your profit margin that way, right? Generate some buzz because everyone keeps saying they love the sheen, they love the amount of details, they love the paint, they love the tampos, they love the color layout, they love the swivel wrists, which I think you've already discovered.
Like that's huge. It's taking it to another level. Do they pop off too or no?
No.
No.
Only the Okami.
Don't try it. Don't do it.
I'm not. But still, that's so good. This is okay. Anyway, all right. Let's talk about the accessories. Sweet little backpack here. Nice little paint application. And we've got a helmet with and kind of an open visor and then a painted visor. Is this like a welding mask or is this a military application as well?
Those are based off of real helmets that they use. I believe they're called the Atlan helmet. It's a titanium helmet and they come down with a flip down bulletproof shield, which is also titanium. So we gave the consumer 2 shields just based on what they want. Do they want a pop or red or do they want to be able to see the eyes? So with all of our accessories, everything stows on the figure except for the spare visor on this guy. And then on Rooster, we pack him with a spare comes with a little antenna for his radio. And we figured, people are going to lose this. Let's be nice and give him a spare, right?
Rooster is the camouflage guy with the mohawk.
Oh, yeah.
Mohawk is the reason he's called Rooster. But in theory, you can carry that extra accessory in his other hand. It just looks a bit silly.
Yeah, that would, I've got the antenna.
Yeah.
Put it in his belt or something. All right, so let's see. So we have you could see his eyes. I think, knowing me, I think I want to go red, the Papa Red, I think.
Yeah. I think Hooded Cobra Commander 788 said the same thing. He preferred the red.
But I think I may just have visor up because I kind of like his
That's exactly what I did. Running around,
Yeah, I do all mine with their visors up as well.
But ooh, very nice. Hold on, let me flip. I'll make you big screen there. There you go.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch here. They look great in the Stingers and different stuff. And these Delta Troopers, they look with their colors, they look fantastic in the Tomahawk or Rolling Thunder or whatever you want to do with them there.
Couple questions in here, Zach. I came in late. Who's the package artist? It's
we don't know. No, we still haven't figured that one out.
And
Steve,
then
like you mean the package artist for these
for Delta.
Steve is too modest. He did the line art and the basic coloring, and then the advanced coloring was done by a person named Wem. And on the back, the line art was done by a gentleman named Raph for the back for the group shot in the back, right?
Yeah, you did.
And for the bios, we just hired some illiterate kid to do the bios.
Yeah.
Who loves wrestling? Joe, I may have missed this. Any future plans for vehicles?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mic drop.
Damn.
We have a vehicle coming that don't put me on the big screen anymore. I look
we want to see those shipping boxes behind.
There we
you,
go.
Right?
No.
Oh yeah. Is there clues? Can we like zero in? Is there like?
Oh nope, nothing to see here. No.
Yeah, everything's boxes with the basic figures. Yeah.
Everything's in stock. We're all pretty much ready to go. As far as vehicles go, we have a figure that's coming up for what we call Wave 1.5, which will be revealed at Joe Fest. It won't be available at Joe Fest, but it'll be revealed. People will really, really like it. And then our vehicle for Wave 2, if we do this correctly, which we will, because I think you'll see with our figures, we'll have some mistakes on our figures. There are some things that we could have done a little bit better, but we always push for excellence in sculpting, excellence in story and art, and high quality plastics and paints. When our vehicle is done, and it will be done right, people are going to lose their minds, because this is something that has not hit the market properly ever.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And it won't be small.
What? Say that again?
It won't be small. It's not going to be a little motorbike.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
And that's not shots fired. That's literally a hint.
I know it's a hint. Yeah.
Yeah. No
shots firing, to be honest. But
who are we gonna fire at? I'm kidding.
No, I think again, because this wasn't a Kickstarter, right? This was just a straight you've made it and you're selling it.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I've been considering the concept of revealing the vehicle early, just because I know there's a couple other guys out there that want to do it, and I'd like to save them money.
Yeah.
Because when we do it,
the thing about revealing early is then everyone starts saying when, and it's like, hold on, we have a whole process behind this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it would take about a year and a half before you even see it. So right now it's just being developed on paper. It hasn't even entered the sculpting realm. I would like to announce it relatively soon, just so that we can save anyone else out there who's considering the same vehicle some money, because
it won't compare to what you all are going to do.
Have you got a sketch that we or something close that we can show?
Yeah, I've got a pile of stuff just right over there.
Okay. Because even if it's just a sketch and we can say distant future, this is coming, don't hold your breath that it'll be soon, but you can guarantee it's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a good time to do that is shortly after this is available for public order.
Right.
Once you get into a rhythm with the shipping and the fulfillment side, then we can. I mean, you and I are going to talk, about this.
Well, anyway. I think the other thing too is even just the fact that these are going to be arriving for people soon, right? Taking orders.
Yeah.
Soon. And the fact that that's already happening and you already have vehicles planned is, I think that just shows the commitment to this brand. And if you're new buying into this, that there's legs to this, which is pretty special for a new toy company releasing their first figures. So again, kudos for making that.
Appreciate that. What is it?
Happen.
Walter Van Winkle asked, tracked, wheeled, or air? I'll give you one hint. G.I. Joe did a ton of tracked vehicles. There's almost no point pursuing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
period.
That leaves two.
Okay, there you go.
It's not to say we won't do tracked at all, but for the big one.
I don't know if I'll ever do a tank. I mean, G.I. Joe has how many?
You're saying tank. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna cross wires right now because I
Mm.
yeah. There's stuff that's sitting on the cutting room floor right now, and
Palpatine says, "Greetings, gentlemen. May I ask if these will be available for overseas, especially in Southeast Asia, or do I order online through BTS or Amazon like everyone else?"
We are probably not going to pursue BBTS or Amazon. We are going to go through our own web store, and we're going to get us some stock into a fulfillment center relatively soon. The fulfillment center will handle all international, so we here will handle everything Canadian and American. Fulfillment center.
I think the fulfillment center can handle American too.
Oh yeah, they'll handle it after they're set up, right? So it's a matter of when.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When am I going to drive a truck to New Jersey to get this done? So, it's probably just 2 days of a drive, which isn't bad.
I already tracked it for you. It's 26. It's 26 hours if you don't stop.
Oh, there we go. No problem.
I already
tracked it for you. You just go with them, so that way you can just you can go to take a nap and then you drive and then just
Yeah, all you got to do is buy a catheter and
yeah, exactly.
Coffee
just
machine.
Just like a big Folgers can or something.
We're just gonna listen to Megadeth the whole time, Steve.
Every album
all the way through.
Oh
yeah. Brian Carr, Mothership for the bad guys. That hasn't been done.
Yeah,
haven't tried, but they're very pricey. All right, let's open up these infantries. So what I guess I'll discover what's unique about this one. But first good guy that I'm opening, which is exciting. And that tape's on the side for this one.
Yeah, we like to keep it fresh.
Yeah, it's just like you never know.
Mix up the tape locations.
Again, it's just the feel of these toys is magnificent.
Oh, thank you.
Look at them. Just So walk me through the design of this figure. Is this based in any militaristic reality with the helmet, or is this just for fun? Like, walk me through the design of this.
No, that was just my design. I wanted to do something a bit different, a little bit techy. There's a heads-up display in the helmet and all that other stuff, right? Yet it's bulletproof. Because the military really is leaning towards that right now.
Yeah,
we will see more of that in the near future. So I figured we'd, since Delta-17 is an off-the-books group, they're accessing some technology that's sort of 10 years down the road for normal people, but is already in the hands of people in the know. So the rest of his loadout is just your basic military, tac vest and whatever else.
Dom from Toy Domination puts his on the back of the Jazzwares Halo Warthog in the gunner turret.
Nice. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I could see that. But I gotta be honest. I mean, the olive drab is nice, but I kind of want some funky colors. Like I want like a purple one and a blue one, and like so. I know it's just wave one, but do you have plans for just doing some cool '90s colors and stuff like that?
Okay, that's an interesting question. When we were first doing this line, like in year one, I did a 90s version of every character. So like, let's say Rooster here, he's green on green, all camouflage, right?
Yeah.
Even his face.
Yeah.
So I have a 90s version of him on paper where he's like neon orange with dark orange stripes.
Yeah.
And so I did
version 2 Alley Viper colors, basically.
Yeah, I did a neon 90s version for each figure, but they're only on paper. I mean, maybe a person could do that as a festival thing and then have a few leftovers so the poor people who actually want them can order them. I don't know. It's not my style.
Well, as somebody that likes the outlandish colors of the 80s and 90s and has a soft spot for any time the Joes went crazy with it. I think it would be fun because, again, this is such a great toy design. I love the helmet design and everything. But if it was in some cool, crazy colors, like, I don't know, it seems ripe for repaint opportunities.
Well, if we were to do that, we'd do a really small run, and I would need to, I'd have to get some feedback, just how many we'd want to order, you know, because if you
it's just
if you order
me buying them.
yeah, right. If you order 1,000 and there's 2,000 people out there who are for it, then there's 1,000 people who are now upset. But you know, if you order like 2,000, but there's only 1,000 people that want it, then it's like, oh my goodness, this is a neon party that I got going on at my place. Nice. Yeah.
Exactly. It has no militaristic application whatsoever. It's just a ridiculous toy, which I'm a fan of. It's just something about like even the Sorzork Warriors. They're just so neon and so 90s.
Yeah.
Just something charming about that style.
Well, yeah,
Renders
at the end of,
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, at the end of the day, they are toys, and toys are fun. I mean, I've got, you know, SpongeBob's and Wally's all over the place, and the color is just, it's great. It's fun.
Render says, congrats to Ken and Delta-17 toys. These look outstanding. Zach says, I'd buy some Dayglow style figures too. So there's two of us now, Steve.
Oh, I better get on this.
All right. So let's walk through the accessories here. We got like a gas mask. Is this attached to his? Oh, it attaches to the back.
Yeah.
There's like a little attachment there.
Yeah, it goes around the front, tabs into the back. They didn't work out as well as I wanted them to. I was almost going to scrap them and just say, don't even make them, right? But they work sort of half-ass, and some people like them. They should have been, the side piece should have been shrunken a bit. It's a little bit loose, but it's not bad. It's just, it's about 80% there, which to me isn't good enough.
But you know what though? Like you miss 100% of the chances you don't take or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. In the end, we're still more happy that we added them than not, right? Because there's still good feedback on them.
Yeah, people like them, but I'd like to see it just engineered just a little bit better.
Let's see. We got a backpack.
So let's say you don't like the gas mask. Now you take the backpack off and you shove it in the back. There's a space for it there.
Shut up! Really? Hold on.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold
storage.
On. Oh damn! I push it in too hard? There we go. Okay. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wait, does it go in the bottom one or the top one?
The gas mask, the majority of it goes in the top with the straps hanging to the bottom, and it should kind of clip in.
That is brilliant.
Nah, it's not that brilliant. It's just, you know.
Come on, that's good toying right there.
Put crap in the spot. That's all. It's not.
I love that.
Thank you, though.
That's great. All right, so we've got a bazooka of some sort.
Yeah, that's a law rocket. So that tabs on the side, and you can fit. So it's got 3 missiles. 2 of the missiles tab onto the backpack, but 1 fits into the bazooka. You can push it further down till it clips in, and it won't fall out.
Wait, it has a clip in there?
Well, no, it just has a tight area. So when you push it down, you can shake it. It won't fall out.
How did you? Okay, walk me through that engineering, because that's impressive.
It's just an area where it kind of slopes inwards till it really catches onto the fins.
Okay, that's awesome. And then so then that attaches here.
Yep, you got it.
Oh, this is the spot for the 2 other missiles here on the back?
Yeah, they're so small, man. My big meat mitts, I have a hard time. Oh, you got her.
And then the knife. Where does the knife go?
Right on the side, sort of like a shockwave style. Or
there you go, like this?
Yep.
Look at that. I'm a sucker for great compartmentalization. Okay, that's just a great infantry figure. God, like that's just again. Give me some crazy Dayglow colors, and I'll have a whole house full of these things. But even still, the fact that this the olive green, I think looks great as well. Now, I think this is just a great.
You tried the gas mask inside the backpack already, right?
I did. You missed it, Ken. It's freaking brilliant.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, okay. And the rocket doesn't fall out. That was one thing that surprised me.
And what's nice that it had this really satisfying feel like when you got like
The
put it in there,
snugness,
it just
the
kind of had a
snugness to
nice
it.
little
Yeah.
like not a click, but a
Snugness.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say we did them day glow. What kind of colors would you guys do? That's not my palette, so you tell me.
Just give me Geek Dad Life colors. Give me this light blue and then this
Yeah.
yellow and the purple. Like
I've been telling them, Eternian Palace Guards colors.
I don't know
sure,
what that
yeah,
is.
like yeah. Really, I
What
think
colors
just
are
take
those?
like
Man
Ninja
at Arms.
Force,
Man
G.I.
at Arms.
Joe, like
Oh, okay. Man at Arms. Yeah.
to me, I think there's just a lot of good color options that you could go with.
Yeah.
Hey Jay, how these look on my USS flag? Well, my flag's all the way over there, but I'll definitely take some pictures of these on my flag. But honestly, I think just anecdotally, I think these play very well with your GI Joes because, as Steve has pointed out multiple times, like you've gotten all of the kind of mystical, magical elements that made the original line great. And I think, would you say like 10 to 20% more in the design and in the engineering? They're just good feeling toys. They feel like, and again, the Joe plastic does get brittle over time. So like this is, 35 years, whatever it is. And so there is a difference modern to today, but still it has a similar weight, similar feel, similar quality.
Yeah.
I'd even argue the paint apps are better on or sharper on these than even the vintage ones, but yeah,
Well,
it's really
thank
good.
you. Yeah, so they have swivel wrists, but they also have PVC hands. So that's a different type of plastic than
That's huge.
Yeah, so you won't have broken thumbs. They're more pliable. It still is. It's a 90-degree PVC, so it feels really hard, but it's got that flex to it. So you can flex it a bit, and it will come back.
Yeah. And I've given the factory some feedback about the fact that the arm, like the elbows, they're kind of turned out a lot of the times. And then Toy Habits initially thought he got a bunch of figures with 2 right arms or 2 left arms.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he realized the wrist could swivel. So
Yeah, right,
he was
right.
in the middle of his review, and I'm like, "What do you mean you have 3 figures that are with QC issues?" And then he was like, "Nope, silly me. It was the wrist swivel that I didn't figure out."
But to your point, like you solved for this better than any of the actual GI Joe re-releases and stuff, because your hands are still scaled appropriately, but they're more pliable and less resistant to breaking, and they actually swivel here. Because like the solve on any like re-release, especially the most recent re-releases, is just making a giant ass thumb that hopefully doesn't break, like just kind of over engineering the thumb. But you actually, I think it's Occam's razor, the simplest answer. You just made it with different material that'll be more malleable over time, I guess.
Right. Okay. So one thing I do want to mention, since there will be some potential customers watching this, with the forearm, it's 2 different pieces sandwiched together, and then there's a plug in there that attaches to the hand, obviously. Now, there's been a few times where the 2 pieces go together and the plug in there gets stuck, and the hand will not swivel. So if you keep on forcing that thing, it's going to break. We've had 2 so far out of the 2 or 3 out of the 200 that we've opened that have had that problem. And my sculptor got one, Tommy, and he just ran under hot water and it let go, so it wasn't a problem. But just keep in mind, if you're trying to swivel that wrist and it's like it's not really working, just slow down, put it under some hot water, and see if that lets it go. If not, contact us and we'll get you a replacement.
There you go. And yeah, you're right. It's kind of, they're flipped out.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's right. So that's another bit of business I told the factory, is that confuses people when they do that, because then the wrist will be turned the right way, but the arm will be facing backwards. So
I want to be on that phone call when you're giving people the business, Ken. I'm sure it's still very sweet and kind.
It's very Canadian, It's like, hey, Happy New Year. How's it going?
I can only imagine you giving the business. I just
Yeah,
How
I mean,
how are the kids? By the way, you're
Yeah.
fired. And,
yeah. Did you get the box of chocolates? And okay, cool. So I really hate to tell you, but we had a couple of complaints, and the elbows were turned the other way, and they're just like, man, you could have led with that, and this conversation would have been done 10 minutes ago.
yeah.
But yeah, I do want to experience this again. Of just, I don't know if I can't get it in shot because it's all dark in there. But so there it just goes in like that. And so is it just it catches the fins as it gets a little bit smaller as the
Yeah, it just kind of cinches onto it till it gets to that one
fall
spot.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. And again, I love because even there's little notches in the side for the gas mask.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Tommy that got that all figured out.
So it's not just like space you can shove it in there; like it stays in there.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And then yeah, you got spaces to put missiles on there. And if I'm doing the gun, does the gun have an attachment, or does that have to stay in his hands?
No, it doesn't. I've seen some guys that'll hang it, like when they're using the bazooka, they just hang it on the backpack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So between the trigger guard and the magazine, it actually, it doesn't clip in there, but it sits in there quite nicely. So just like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Oh, and the handle on the pack also fits in his hand. So if you want the guy to run around with the backpack in his hand.
Cool.
Yeah.
Carry it like a briefcase.
Yep. It's like, hey, boss.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a knife in this hand.
But yeah, with a gun, not quite like that. It's
yeah, you should. I'm clearly not doing it right. How do they do it?
Yeah, like this. So it's just straight up and down
into
just in behind there. So the magazine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. Sick. All right. Perfect.
I mean, it's not a feature. It's just something that, hey, that works. So why not?
It just works, right? So.
Yeah. Accidental feature. Now with 10% added bonus for 2 stars up.
But boom, there you go. It's very rare that I get to do an unboxing with the creators of the toy line as I do it. And it can be dicey because what if I don't like it or I hate it or something? But no, like genuinely, every figure is fantastic. The paint applications are fantastic. The design, the plastic quality, the feel, how all the accessories fit on the figure. It's great. I freaking love it. I can't wait to see what more you do, and also I want to get more figures. And my only feedback is some more crazy ass colors. That would be my only feedback. But still,
that's when you know the line is ending, right? Because that's G.I. Joe in 1993.
It's the beginning, baby. No, I'm kidding. Let's ask some more questions in here from the chat. Ryan Dole fan club. Any chance you guys will do a selfie series? If so, can we order selfie figures of other people asking for a fan club?
I don't think so. Yeah.
It didn't work out for Hasbro. I don't think it'll work out for a smaller toy company.
Yeah.
Let's see. Joe Hodgins J is already making it. So I want to buy doubles of regular characters with different configurations and about 5 of the army builders. Well, there you go.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Let's see. This guy would look great with the Beachhead V2 blues.
Oh, yeah.
Oz says neon green, purple, pink, orange, electric blue, and yellow. Well, electric, like a blue and yellow would be sick.
Yeah.
But yeah. So these figures are amazing. Thank you so much for sending them in. They will be alongside my Joes on my USS Flag and my Terradrome.
Nice.
But so let's close this thing out by saying where the hell can people buy these things?
Well, you can't. It's just for elite people like us. Bad joke.
Soundbite, YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
viral, end of company.
yeah, that's right. That's right. No, we're getting a couple of ducks in a row, and then they'll be for sale on Delta-17toys.com.
Yeah.
And we'll keep everyone updated on Instagram and Facebook, and our website will have some news on there eventually. But 2 to 4 weeks, and the gates will open, and we'll do our best to make sure that
the brick and mortar store in Winnipeg near you that got them just because you were driving by. I don't think they sell them. Do they? I don't know if they sell them online.
I asked them not to bother, but that's a little bit at their discretion as well. But
yeah, so basically they don't have to, but they might. Okay.
Yeah, my goal.
I went there and I couldn't see, because at least if there was a couple Canadians who wanted to get it early, then I could point them there. But maybe I just couldn't pull the site up properly on my phone. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, they don't have them listed from what I know. My goal is that if we're going to put them in brick and mortar stores, is that we're pursuing customers that we can't reach online, right? So that's the hope. If it's just online stuff, it's like, just come to us. And we want to bring a truckload down to the fulfillment center as soon as we get a few things ironed out with them. So that'll handle everyone from whatever, Tajikistan and Wakanda and whatever else that want to buy it.
But I just put a link in the chat to both delta17toys.com as well as a link to your Instagram, instagram.com/delta17toys.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then in terms of, you got plenty, but that was going to be my next question. Like, how stressed should people be whenever these do go online on stuff selling out and selling through?
Okay. Well, here. Let's see.
We're gonna have to full screen them on this one.
Yeah, hold on, I got you.
Have a look at the makeshift warehouse here.
I just moved, so pardon the mess. I'm just getting set up. But right up there.
Oh my God!
Oh no, that's just one figure.
One character.
What?
that is most of Delta Trooper A version. I think that's almost all of him. We've got about maybe 30 more boxes that need to go up there, and then Shepard's in that corner over there, and then a whole bunch of Thunder Battalion is over there. My garage is, well, it's not really a garage, but whatever you want to call it, is
like a barn dominium over there. Like, it's like full stuff.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right, so
I would tell people not to get too stressed. You still want to feed your children, pay your bills. We have figures in, and we'll have figures for a while.
Boom. There you go. Yeah, and $24.99. It's since you're based in Canada, is there like a flat shipping fee, or have you figured that out yet?
We're setting some of that up right now.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running across the border. I live 10 minutes from the American border.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, so we'll be doing van loads down there with everything shipping through USPS or
beautiful.
Maybe even UPS if we can figure that all out in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, yeah. Factories usually have minimum orders. We don't even know what our factory's minimum order quantity is, because when we told them how many we wanted, they're like, okay, you're well over. So
yeah.
I still don't know what his minimum order quantity is. We first talked to him like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Snot Lips looks better than Super 7 offerings.
Well, fingers crossed that those O-rings look good, right? Because if they do, everybody wins, right?
I agree.
Rising tide, boats and all,
Well, the best thing about, like, I do want to beat all my competition, but at the end of the day, I'm still a toy collector, and I'm still excited about all these other lines. I can't wait till Longbow comes out and all these other guys, because it's like, I don't have to work to make this stuff. I just get it, and I can enjoy it, and it's just so fun,
Absolutely. The more toys the better. My favorite of them, though, definitely Mr. Robot Ninja with the knife hands, the sword hands, and the gun hands. Wait, there we go.
Stabby.
There we go. Stabby. But yeah, no. Bravo, fantastic work. Just again, really impressive for a new toy company, new toy line created, and to make something this good on your first swing is incredibly impressive. So I can only imagine and hope for future waves to come because this is a fantastic.
You only got a third of the wave, which is amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to get more now. I have to be stressed and ready to drop some orders in 2 to 4 weeks. But yeah, no, bravo. I guess for both Ken and Steve, any last plugs you want to do as we wrap things up here?
I don't know.
I got a premiere in about an hour, but it's not Delta-17 related. It's I clipped together. I took each of my series of LJN wrestling superstars and I clipped it together in one long supercut.
Oh,
like how Dan Larson does that?
Sure, yeah,
but I put like a little intro at the beginning, and then the ones that I thought that were from 2021 that I thought weren't produced that well, I added some music, I tweaked the brightness, I put some overlays where, because nothing I can do about the slightly poorer audio that I had back then, and the slightly learning cadence that I was still kind of like. You could tell I was reading a script, right? But it's about a 70-minute fan cut.
Oh, damn!
It's like
a feature-length film.
It's basically like a fan-made documentary of the LJN wrestling superstars.
That's awesome.
So
I love that.
Cool. That will premiere in about 70 minutes here.
Okay, well, you can find it on Toy Kennections. This is GDL2. I don't think I put a Friends of GDL2 on the GDL2 page, but if you're on the main GDL page, I have Toy Kennections linked there. Also, you can just search for Toy Kennections.
Let's get me to 5,000 subscribers by my birthday. How about that?
Okay. Well, you gotta be close. You've earned the 4 something.
48 something.
Oh, you're close. Oh, yeah, we can get there. Let's hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet.
I mean, I always make the comment that, when you and I met, I think I had just crossed 500. So it feels like it was that long ago. Mind you, your channel's also doubled since then. So it's like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll grow up together, Ken. We'll grow up together.
There we go.
All right. Well, that will wrap it up. Thank you so much again to Steve and Ken. Delta17toys.com. Bookmark it. Follow them on Instagram, Delta17toys, because these things are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for everybody hanging out tonight. Tomorrow should have my Super 7 versus NECA versus UA Turtle Van video. Look at those figures. Sunday is Toy Geeks, and Mad Hatter Reviews will be my co-host on Sunday, so that should be a lot of fun. And I am hunting for those dang Ghostbuster toys, and so hopefully I'll have a whole bunch of them soon. I'm jealous for those that already found them. But yeah, so everybody, I'll see you soon. Until next time, hasta luego, and goodbye.